Born an orphan on a tiny island, no family, no money, no future, everyone doubted him. But one boy's ambition, his words, and his ideas changed an entire nation. This is Alexander Hamilton, the immigrant who built America's foundation. Imagine starting life with nothing at all, no wealth, no powerful surname, no country willing to protect you, and no guarantee that tomorrow will be better than today. Imagine growing up in a place where survival itself feels uncertain and dreams seem like a luxury meant for someone else. This was the world Alexander Hamilton entered when he was born in 1755 on the small Caribbean island of Nevis. From the very beginning, his life was shaped by hardship, instability, and uncertainty. His family situation was complicated, his financial condition was weak, and his future appeared limited by circumstances he did not choose. Many people born into such conditions fade into obscurity, but Hamilton carried within him a restless energy that refused to accept a small destiny. As a child, he observed the world closely, noticing how power worked, how money controlled lives, and how knowledge could change one's position in society. Even before he understood politics or economics, he understood one thing very clearly. Staying ordinary was not an option. Life tested him early. When his parents were no longer able to support him, Hamilton was forced to grow up fast. Instead of breaking under pressure, he adapted. He took responsibility, learned practical skills, and worked as a clerk in a trading company. This job exposed him to business records, shipping logs, financial transactions, and international trade. While other children focused on play, Hamilton studied numbers, correspondence, and decision-making. This early exposure quietly trained his mind for the economic challenges he would later face on a national scale. But what truly set Hamilton apart was his love for reading and writing. He did not simply read for entertainment. He read to understand how the world functioned. He studied history, philosophy, economics, and politics with intense focus. Writing became his strongest weapon. Through words, he expressed ideas far beyond his age. He analyzed events, questioned authority, and imagined systems that could create stability and order. One defining moment came when a powerful hurricane struck the island. The destruction it caused left a deep impression on the community, but it was Hamilton's written account of the event that truly captured attention. His words were vivid, thoughtful, and emotionally powerful. Local leaders were astonished that such insight could come from someone so young. That single piece of writing changed his life. It convinced influential people that Hamilton's talent should not be wasted on a small island with limited opportunity. They came together to support his education in America, a place that promised learning, debate, and possibility. For Hamilton, leaving the Caribbean was not just a change of location, it was a transformation of identity. He arrived in America as an outsider, carrying an accent, unfamiliar customs, and no family connections. Yet he carried something more valuable than status: ambition fueled by experience. Unlike many who were born into comfort, Hamilton understood struggle. He knew what instability felt like, and that understanding shaped his hunger to build systems that could prevent chaos and collapse. As he stepped into academic life, he absorbed knowledge at an extraordinary pace. He questioned ideas, challenged assumptions, and sharpened his arguments through debate and writing. Even at this early stage, his thinking showed a rare blend of realism and vision. He did not just want success for himself. He wanted structure, order, and strength for the society around him. Hamilton believed that nations, like individuals, needed discipline and planning to survive. His early life taught him that uncertainty was dangerous and that strong foundations mattered. Every hardship he faced strengthened his resolve rather than weakening it. Poverty taught him efficiency. Loss taught him independence. Instability taught him the value of systems. These lessons became the invisible framework behind his later achievements. Hamilton's story is powerful because it challenges the idea that destiny is fixed at birth. He did not inherit power. He constructed it through learning, persistence, and courage. His journey from a struggling island youth to a thinker of national importance proves that ideas, when combined with determination, can overcome even the harshest beginnings. This is why Alexander Hamilton's story does not begin with politics or power, but with survival, resilience, and a refusal to disappear. Long before he helped shape a nation, he first had to fight for his own place in the world. And that fight defined everything that followed. When Alexander Hamilton arrived in America, he did not arrive as a hero, a leader, or a man of influence. He arrived as an immigrant with limited resources, unfamiliar surroundings, and no powerful family connections to protect him. For many people, such a beginning would feel overwhelming, but for Hamilton, it felt like opportunity. America was a place of ideas, debates, and transformation, and Hamilton immediately immersed himself in this new environment. He enrolled at King's College in New York, now known as Columbia University, where his intelligence quickly became impossible to ignore. He studied with intense focus, absorbing history, philosophy, economics, and political theory at a remarkable pace. Unlike many students who simply memorized information, Hamilton questioned everything. He challenged professors, debated classmates, and wrote essays that revealed a depth of understanding far beyond his years. Writing was his greatest strength. Through words, he clarified complex ideas and expressed bold opinions with confidence and precision. As political tensions between the American colonies and Britain increased, Hamilton did not remain silent. He began publishing essays and pamphlets that argued for unity, self-governance, and structured leadership. These writings circulated widely and brought him early recognition as a powerful thinker. People were surprised that such strong arguments came from someone so young and so new to the country. Hamilton's immigrant background gave him a unique perspective. He did not take stability for granted. Having lived through uncertainty, he understood how fragile societies could be without clear systems and leadership. This awareness shaped his vision for America. He believed that freedom alone was not enough. A nation needed organization, law, and financial strength to survive. As public debates intensified, Hamilton became increasingly involved in discussions about the future of the colonies. His ability to explain complex ideas in simple language made him influential among both intellectuals and everyday citizens. During this period, Hamilton caught the attention of key leaders, including George Washington. Washington recognized Hamilton's intelligence, discipline, and ability to think strategically under pressure. This recognition marked a turning point in Hamilton's life. He moved from being a student and writer to becoming an active participant in the nation's transformation. Hamilton's vision for America was ambitious. He imagined a country that was united rather than divided, organized rather than chaotic, and respected rather than ignored on the global stage. He believed that a strong central structure was essential to prevent instability and conflict. These ideas were controversial, and not everyone agreed with him, but Hamilton never softened his beliefs to gain approval. He valued long-term stability over short-term popularity. His immigrant experience fueled his determination. Having seen how quickly lives could fall apart without support, he wanted to build systems that protected society as a whole. He believed that opportunity should exist, but it needed a foundation to stand on. During this time, Hamilton developed a reputation for tireless work. He wrote constantly, analyzed events deeply, and prepared himself for leadership roles that had not yet fully formed. He understood that history was unfolding rapidly and that preparation mattered. Every speech he wrote, every debate he joined, and every idea he explored was part of a larger vision. Hamilton was not just reacting to events, he was preparing to shape them. His journey during this phase was about transformation. He was no longer just a talented immigrant student. He was becoming a national thinker, someone whose ideas would soon influence the direction of an entire country. This period of growth, learning, and public engagement laid the foundation for his future role in shaping America's political and economic systems. Section by section, argument by argument, Hamilton was building a vision that extended far beyond himself. He believed that America could become strong, stable, and respected, but only if it was built with careful planning, discipline, and unity. This belief would guide every major decision he made in the years to come. After the United States achieved independence, the celebration did not last long. Freedom had been won, but the new nation faced a serious problem. It had no strong economic system. The government was burdened with heavy debts. The states operated independently without coordination, and foreign nations doubted whether America could survive as a stable country. Money was scarce, trade was disorganized, and confidence in the future was weak. Many people feared that the young nation would fall apart under its own weight. This was the moment when Alexander Hamilton stepped forward with ideas that would permanently change America's destiny. Appointed as the first Secretary of the Treasury, Hamilton faced a challenge no one before him had ever solved. He had to design an entire national financial system from nothing. Hamilton understood that political freedom meant little without economic strength. In his view, a nation without financial stability would always remain vulnerable. His first priority was restoring trust. Both citizens and foreign governments needed confidence that the United States could manage its finances responsibly. Hamilton proposed that the federal government take responsibility for state debts. This idea was controversial because many states disagreed, but Hamilton believed that shared responsibility would unite the country and strengthen national credit. By organizing debt instead of ignoring it, he transformed a weakness into a foundation for trust. Hamilton then focused on building a structured financial system. He introduced plans for a national bank that could manage government funds, stabilize currency, and support economic growth. His vision was not just about collecting money, it was about creating a system that encouraged trade, investment, and long-term development. He believed that industry, manufacturing, and commerce were essential for national strength. Agriculture alone, in his view, could not support a powerful nation. These ideas challenged traditional thinking, but Hamilton argued that progress required adaptation. Through detailed reports and carefully written proposals, he explained his plans in clear and logical terms. His ability to communicate complex financial concepts in an understandable way helped win support, even among skeptics. Hamilton also emphasized the importance of public credit. He believed that honoring financial obligations would earn America respect on the global stage. When other nations saw that the United States paid its debts and managed resources responsibly, they would be willing to trade, invest, and form partnerships. This approach worked. Slowly but steadily, America's reputation improved. Confidence grew, markets stabilized, and economic activity expanded. Hamilton's system created order where there had been confusion. It provided structure where there had been uncertainty. Beyond policies and institutions, Hamilton's mindset shaped the nation's future. He thought in long-term terms, focusing not just on immediate survival, but on lasting strength. He believed that strong institutions protected freedom rather than threatened it. For Hamilton, stability and liberty were not enemies, they were partners. His economic vision required discipline, planning, and national unity. While disagreements continued, the results spoke for themselves. The economy began to grow, government operations became more organized, and America gained credibility at home and abroad. Hamilton's work during this period laid the foundation for everything that followed. Modern financial systems, national budgeting, and economic planning all trace their roots back to this moment. Without Hamilton's leadership, the United States might have remained a loose collection of states struggling to cooperate. Instead, it began to function as a unified nation with a clear economic direction. This section of Hamilton's life shows why he is often called the architect of America's economy. He did not simply manage money. He built a framework that allowed the nation to grow, adapt, and endure. His ideas transformed uncertainty into opportunity and weakness into strength. The economic foundation he created continues to support the United States centuries later, proving that thoughtful planning and bold vision can shape the course of history. As Alexander Hamilton's influence grew, so did the pressure surrounding him. He was no longer just a thinker or planner working quietly behind the scenes. He had become one of the most visible and outspoken figures in the young nation. With visibility came responsibility, criticism, and constant political tension. Early American politics was intense, personal, and deeply competitive. Ideas were debated fiercely, and disagreements often felt like personal challenges. Hamilton believed strongly in clarity and honesty. He expressed his opinions openly and directly, even when doing so made powerful opponents uncomfortable. This approach earned him respect from supporters but also created lasting rivalries. Hamilton worked relentlessly, often placing national duties above personal comfort. He wrote reports, responded to critics, advised leaders, and defended his economic vision in public discussions. The workload was heavy and the expectations were constant. Despite the pressure, Hamilton remained committed to his principles. He believed that strong systems required firm leadership and clear direction. Compromise, in his view, should never weaken long-term stability. This firmness, however, sometimes made cooperation difficult. Political opponents accused him of pushing ideas that were too bold or too centralized. Hamilton responded not with silence, but with carefully reasoned arguments. He trusted logic, structure, and evidence more than popularity. Over time, political divisions in the country became sharper. Different visions for America's future competed for influence, and Hamilton often found himself at the center of these debates. The environment was demanding, and the emotional strain was real. Balancing public duty with personal life became increasingly difficult. Hamilton faced criticism not only of his ideas, but also of his character. In an era where public reputation mattered deeply, every statement carried weight. Despite this, Hamilton refused to retreat from public life. He believed that leadership required endurance and resilience. His dedication came at a personal cost. Stress accumulated, relationships were strained, and moments of rest were rare. Still, Hamilton continued to engage fully, convinced that the nation's future depended on active participation from those willing to shoulder responsibility. Political disagreements eventually escalated into personal conflicts that reflected the intensity of the time. Public discourse lacked the distance and moderation common in later eras. Words were powerful, reputations fragile, and misunderstandings easily amplified. Hamilton's unwavering nature meant he rarely softened his stance to avoid conflict. He valued truth as he saw it, even when it carried consequences. Toward the later years of his life, accumulated tensions reached a critical point. Political rivalry and personal disagreements converged in a way that highlighted the risks of the era's confrontational culture. A serious conflict emerged that ultimately led to Hamilton's early death in 1804. His passing shocked the nation and brought a sudden end to a life still filled with ideas and plans. The loss was deeply felt, not only by those who agreed with him, but also by those who recognized the importance of his contributions. Hamilton's death marked a moment of reflection for the country. It revealed the human cost of intense political division and the need for restraint and understanding in public life. Though his voice was silenced, his influence remained. The systems he helped build continued to function, guiding the nation forward. This chapter of Hamilton's life serves as a reminder that leadership often demands sacrifice. Standing firmly by one's principles can bring progress, but it can also invite opposition. Hamilton accepted this reality. He believed that meaningful change required courage, even when the path was difficult. His story during this period is not one of defeat, but of commitment. He remained devoted to his vision until the very end. The pressures he faced, the conflicts he endured, and the costs he paid all underscore the complexity of building a nation. Section 4 of Hamilton's life shows that progress is rarely smooth, and that those who shape history often do so under immense strain. His experience teaches that ideas have power, but the people who carry them bear real burdens. Alexander Hamilton's dedication during this challenging period reflects the strength of his character and the depth of his belief in the future of America. Although Alexander Hamilton's life ended earlier than many would have hoped, his influence and ideas never disappeared. The systems he helped create, the principles he championed, and the standards he set remain integral to the functioning of modern America. One of Hamilton's most important legacies is the financial and economic structure he established. The national banking system, credit management, and federal control over economic policy still reflect his foundational work. By creating order where there was once uncertainty, Hamilton allowed the young nation to survive and thrive. His policies helped America gain respect internationally, laying the groundwork for trade, investment, and partnerships that strengthened the country. But Hamilton's legacy is not only practical, it is inspirational. He demonstrated that leadership is not defined by birth or social status. Born an immigrant and orphaned at a young age, Hamilton achieved what few could imagine. His life proves that determination, intelligence, and vision can overcome adversity, a lesson that continues to inspire millions today. Education, hard work, and strategic thinking were Hamilton's tools, and they remain tools anyone can use to shape their own path. Beyond his economic achievements, Hamilton influenced the culture of leadership in America. He showed that clear principles, combined with planning and fearless communication, can guide a nation. Even in political debates, his focus on long-term vision over short-term popularity provides guidance for contemporary leaders. Hamilton's story also highlights the human cost of leadership. He faced relentless stress, opposition, and personal challenges, yet he remained committed to his principles and to the nation's future. His ability to balance personal sacrifice with national service demonstrates the depth of his character and the importance of dedication for meaningful impact. Hamilton's personal journey resonates deeply with the immigrant experience. Arriving in a new country with limited resources, he integrated, contributed, and ultimately helped shape the national identity. For audiences worldwide, this story illustrates that humble beginnings do not limit potential. It reinforces belief in personal agency, resilience, and the power of ideas. Another critical aspect of Hamilton's legacy is his emphasis on institutions and systems. He understood that a nation's strength depends not just on individuals, but on structures that support governance, economy, and law. Modern U.S. financial systems, budgeting, and economic planning trace their roots to Hamilton's vision, proving that strong foundations allow nations to endure and grow. Education about Hamilton's work offers lessons for leadership, strategy, and critical thinking. His life shows how intellectual ideas can become real-world solutions, inspiring students, leaders, and creators to combine vision with action. Hamilton's influence is also present in popular culture. He appears on U.S. currency, in biographies, musicals, documentaries, and discussions about the nation's formation. This presence ensures that his ideas remain accessible, engaging, and relevant. His story continues to teach audiences that leadership, resilience, and careful planning can create lasting impact. Hamilton's life illustrates that meaningful change requires courage, discipline, and persistence. Ideas alone are not enough. They must be implemented with focus and consistency. Through his intellect and initiative, Hamilton left a blueprint for enduring influence. Today, the United States owes much of its economic strength, institutional resilience, and international credibility to the foundations he laid. Beyond tangible systems, his story motivates viewers to believe in their own potential to create change. Alexander Hamilton did not merely contribute to a nation. He demonstrated how determination, vision, and courage can shape history and leave a lasting legacy for generations to come. Alexander Hamilton showed us that no matter where you start, determination, courage, and vision can change the world. If his story inspired you, hit that like button, subscribe, and join us for more incredible journeys from history that shaped the world. Don't forget to turn on the bell icon, because the next story might just change the way you see history forever.